To be called as a legend and respected as a legend, it's a wonderful feeling. And to be still doing what I love to do, it's a major blessing.
Chillin' on the set with the fully automatic tech. Never was caught slipping, that's how I got my respect. Pop 'em up, watch 'em bleed to death. You played with the tech, man, and now you're taking your last breath. Now everybody's slamming to be the rulers and gangsters. But I'ma tell you who the fucking real villain is. It's the third wall nigga.
It's just a legendary Uncle Hardy, man. Manager, now CEO, the co-CEO of Chase That Bag Entertainment. I just want to, kind of like enlighten y'all on some of the history that about UNLV and some of the history of the way, we all came together to bring this thing together to keep it going.
Hi, I'm Yarnell, your sister. A little insight on UNLV, I guess the story of how I got started. He was a badass little boy that beat on everything in the house. So my mama sent them to World Life. He was always interested in music. And I guess because we came from a musically inclined family, we always had jazz music playing, and my uncle and my dad and them always kept just Stevie Wonder, Minnie Riperton, just to throw a few out there, playing. So they always had music going on in the house and in the family. So my mom sent them to World Life, where he actually learned to read music and play the drums. He ventured off and got in school bands where he learned to play different instruments.
Well, me and Yella grew up from the age of like 2. I had to be 3. He had to be 2. He always stayed right around the corner from me, so we grew up like cousins or something. I met Tech at 11 years old in the 6th grade, Carter G. Woodson. When we met, it was the first day of school. We almost got into a big fight. And I found out that he stayed on 6th and Barone, which was right around the corner from me and Yella. I started rapping basically because I was always musically inclined. I couldn't sing. I played instruments or whatever. And once I got introduced to rap, I took a liking in it, gave it a try. And I loved it. My Uncle Hardy, who was our manager at the time, he really motivated me and inspired me to start rapping. He turned me on to the Fat Boys and Run DMC and, groups of the 80s and stuff like that. And I picked it up and couldn't put it down.
Even though they are formally known for being members of the UNLV of Cash Money, and at one time people were saying that the group was defunct, that never happened. They lost a member of UNLV, which was 1997, and they decided upon themselves not to, put a member in that spot. Why? Because Yellow's soul still lives, and they felt like no one could replace Yellow. But they went on to record as UNLV. They own the name, so they feel like the group has never been defunct. They only lost a member temporarily, physically, but spiritually the member lived on.
They started this little group, him and my little cousin Donald and his friend Sean Polk, who's no longer with us. Damien, they used to play this little song by this little group, a little Jamaican group, past the Dutchie on the left hand side, and they used to absolutely work on me and my friend Nikki nervous. This was like their little thing. So every time we had a family function, they always wanted to perform it. So later on, this is what they did, every family function they wanted to perform. My mom wound up having my little sister. And they kind of started this rap group with him and Tech called the Sporty MCs. And they kind of forced her, they trick her into rapping with Candy. Learn this here and I'm going to give you some candy. So they had her rapping. They wound up getting in WYLD talent shows.
I'm like 11, 12 years old, and he went to New York. He come back talking about some, man, I wish I knew how to rap and this and that. So I was like, what? So I really started paying attention to, Run DMC and Fat Boys and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I started putting words together. So I was in 7th grade, 12 years old, man. I laid there, got my little sister, Special K, holler at my girl, shouts out. Her, Tech 9, The other guy that, you know, part of UNLV, my cousin Donald, along with my uncle that was managing us at the time. Remember, we 12, 11 years old. So we put a group together. We called ourselves the Sporty MCs, and everything that we rapped was positive then. You know, we rapping about the crack that we seen and all this stuff. It was positive rap though. So, you know, I went through that stage. We laid there and won a talent show, WYD, the radio station talent show, and the winner was supposed to cut her album in New York. They were supposed to fly us to New York and we cut a record and all that, but the deal didn't go down. So we heartbroken. We 12 going on 13 years old, not getting ready to hit high school. So we were like, man, that shit fake, man. Fuck that rap shit. So we left it alone. End up like 12th grade, high school, we old enough to go in clubs and the bars and shit in New Orleans now. You know, y'all have big, huge clubs. We got clubs like that, but we also have what you call hole in the walls.
Yeah.
And in those hole in the walls, they'll let you actually grab the mic if you say, man, let me see that mic or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And we are going up, fucking around and clown and shit like that, and all the while the audience liking it. So we were like, man, we need to start fucking with it again. We already had the you know what I'm saying, the inspiration and the motivation to do what we wanted to do. We just was heartbroken from kids. So we got another shot at it, drew the holes in the walls in New Orleans.
Just going a little bit back than that, they started out, you know, like y'all always say, man, there's always a start to any finish, you know. So it was the Sporty MCs, and y'all had this little sister that we all thought she was a little cute little rapper or whatever. But when you see this little girl with these pigtails and ponytails, and when she get on that stage, man, she was a giant. She was a rapper. We called her Little K, you know, a.k.a. Yakia, Kitty. That's y'all sister. But, you know, me being, you know, infatuated with music, always, we come from a musical background family, like, you know, y'all great aunt, she played, you know, jazz music here in New Orleans at the Jazz Preservation Hall, named Jeanette Kimball, and Lil Yacht, and also mine great uncle, Alvin Alcorn, is another famous trumpet player from New Orleans, Louisiana, that played at the Preservation Hall and a lot of other places around the world, like Switzerland, France, and all that. But you know, just to add a little bit of our musical history, Yafet is my Lil Yacht is my real nephew.
I was in a band playing cymbals, snare drum, and a little bit of baritone, running around, wilding out, and being a regular little 12-year-old kid. The name UNLV came from my homie DH, whose real name is Damien. He gave me the name from him and his partners. They never rapped or nothing. They was like just a couple of guys hanging out from uptown. They wasn't wilding or nothing like that. They just used to go by that name. So once we started back rapping at the age of 17, 18 years old, I decided to pick that name up and use it for our group. It just fit us so well. We was wilding, you know, the girls was crazy about us, and we was just rapping, and it sounded like a perfect name for a rap group. Well, I met BG I must have been like 9, and he was like 3 or 4 years old. He used to stay around the corner from us, right down the street from Yellow. And I met him, and me and his family, our family was like real close. So he actually grew up under me and around me. I met Wayne through Baby. Before Wayne actually signed the Cash Money, he would call us while we was on the road, and he had our personal phone numbers, and he'll ask us about his raps and was they up to par, and, you know, real talented kid.
It was just like rooted in him on some shit. He really like just did his thing. It was just like he was meant to do it on some stuff. He wound up meeting this dude, I want to say his name is Terrence, and another guy, I can't remember his name, but it was Terrence and another dude. And they actually was the ones that like ventured him and Tech off to the UNLV stage. Baby then wound up getting a whiff of him being out there selling independent tapes. Then it was tapes, these little tapes that you put in. These children don't even understand that the rewind button. So they was walking around with the cassette tapes and the little radios, putting it in rewind. So they was selling these tapes. It wasn't even CDs, then it was tapes. So baby done wind up getting a whiff of it. So he kept on talking about this guy, baby. So I'm on my way out the door. I'm busy. I'm in a wind.
I met Pimp Daddy in Newton's. Pimp would come in the club with the bars back in the days, and he was one of the artists that also rapped in the clubs before New Orleans started popping. We met Baby them from a guy named T-Bone. Actually, Baby them got a hold of the tape that we made in Newton's with another bitch song on there. So we would like actually get the song and put it on the tape and sell the tapes. And Baby got hold of one of those tapes and set up a meeting through T-Bone. We first of all, we're in a building looking for them, looking for the office. So we get on the elevator, Baby and Slim get on the elevator with us. We don't know who they are, they don't know who we are.
Okay.
So we like going, they press the 5th floor, and I said, just press 5, dog. They press 5. They got off, we got off first. Going down the hallway, like looking at the door, looking for the address in the suite, in the building. And they was like, they went the opposite way. And they down there like turning the key to go in the door. So we came back and we was like knocking on the door. And he was like, what's up, man? We Baby and Slim, and we told him who we was.
So he bring Baby to meet my mama. My mama was this type of person. You're not gonna just say you in nothing and you just, this is what you doing and you signing your name on shit. She ain't play like that. So he had to bring him to the round table. So in the midst of bringing him to meet my mom, when I go in there, it's Brian. I'm like, wait, Brian, this Baby? Wait. I'm puzzled because I went to school with him. This was like my dog. Me and his brother Eldridge, we like kind of like grew up together through middle school. So it wasn't like, I'm never thinking this who your fed is talking about when he's saying Baby. So I'm like, Baby and Slims. I'm telling my mom, yeah, I know them. They good people or some shit. So it was heavy, and they had another little rapper on the label, Kilo G, I want to say. So it ventured off, and Cash Money did their little thing. They went on their trips and they was on the road, and it kind of blew up. But it was always it was in a neighborhood. Like DJ Jimmy is one of my good friends.
I'ma talk some more shit about another bitch, cause I'ma talk some more shit about another bitch. Say bitch, stop talking that shit. It's like a nigga dick for an outfit. So won't you do that dance? You shaking that thing, I'ma buy that whole summer medallion earrings. Bitch, stop talking that.
Let's press this another bitch up. You already got it on tape and is moving the street. What they did was they took that same song, the same recordings and everything, and pressed it up as a single. You know, they pressed that up. They pressed probably I want to say about 5,000 to 10,000 singles. Okay. You know, we hit the radio. We made a radio version off the same track, and they put the radio version on one side, the street version on one side. Sold it for I guess $3, something like that, whatever. You know, we had already done made a lick, slinging our shit for $5 a pop, whatever, But after that, then along came Yellow Boy, and it was the album. Our first album was called Six and Barone. Okay. We got Yellow in the group. We got there's 3 members now, not 2. Let's go with this album.
Outside of that, him, Yellow, and Tech also became my nephews, and also I was their manager. And we beat the road down together. We learned to deal with the setbacks and kept it going. And everybody thought that UNLV was defunct, and they were still making hits. And ever since they left Cash Money, we got together to make our own, our own CDs and our own name again. Even though they had a name, we still wanted to make our stance, which you say we want to make our presence known, that we never went anywhere. So a lot of these guys, we travel on this road and we meet, these guys, we run into these guys, we travel on this road. Cincinnati, we ran into a couple of cats. Down there in Dayton, Ohio, we ran into a couple of cats and said, hey man, we've been looking for y'all, man. We thought y'all was gone. But they did had a couple of double XL magazine circulations around that they was defunct, but they wasn't. So once they did find it, man, you should have saw how the road to success opened up for us, man. They went to reaching out to us, man, and they went to getting us to do good music with them and supporting our good music, man. I mean, this just went on and on and on. So UNLV, along with Cash Money, you can say that the thousands of hits that was made by these guys, bro, it started from one little room, man. 808 type stuff. Beating the streets down, passing out flyers.
We came in with a twist with it. I mean, we wasn't what you would call bounce artists, but we did gangsta bounce in the clubs. That's why we was accepted. Because we'll put you'll have people doing a regular call and chant in the clubs and over a bounce beat. When we get in there, we do some gangster rapping over a bounce beat. And I mean the thugs and the girls just went crazy over it. You know what I'm saying?
All the gangsters out the dust and stop that motherfucking bullshit. Cause you know one thing, it's just a you and everything. Cash Money Productions coming at you. Coming later on the everybody talk to. But first I got two bags of weed, which I the easy and a lot. And yeah, I go again with another that I call the hit. I got off with your thumb, in with your back. I switch from right to left. Do that music like a bat.
We didn't really want for no paper at the time, you know what I'm saying? We had dope boy money, and my parents and Tech parents actually was straight too. Yellow Mama was single, but she had a little money, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, they was like, man, y'all focus on this music and woo, and all the while we just want to make a record. Show our talent. We ain't really dreaming about, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have that dream. I mean, I knew I'll be placed somewhere in my life doing music, some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that my career was gonna take off like that and I was gonna end up where I'm at.
So it was like we was always surrounded with it, and the club Newtons used to pop. So we used to have they'll get on the mic and they pop, and everybody want to get on the mic. Juvenile and DJ Jimmy got it popping. This Newtons, that's why you want to be on a Sunday. So if you can handle the mic in Newtons and go sound on a Sunday, you doing something. So I'm still looking at him as this your fat. This is your fat. This is not really happening. So when it really blew up, and everybody's like, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. I'm like, your fat is really on a platform to where people really know his name in other places.
I always was the hype, entertainer of the crew. Tech was the lyricist. Yella had the charisma of the group. We performed in Club Newtons, Club 49, The Detour, Rumors, Whispers, basically every club in New Orleans. 1993 was our first album, which was Six and Barone. In 1992, which was the single, Another Bitch, with Another Trick as the radio version. We released 5 albums under Cash Money and a Greatest Hits, a EP, and a single.
It's always, the hustle never stops, man. You can't just feel like you're going to make a hit record and put it on the internet and go, triple diamond. You got to get there and beat the streets down, man. You got to beat the phones down. You got to beat the internet down. You got IG that thing, Facebook that thing, whatever. So, it's starting to be long and drawn out. UNLV was a group that took something like a bounce era and turned it into a gangster bounce rap. I mean, it just, they had their own style of music, bro. Wild Wayne and these Uptown Angela, Charlie Braxton, Wendy Day, these people that's in other far places was reaching out to us, man. And they know the hustle that these guys put down. But when the gangster rap started, these guys, it was the trendsetters. So when they put out the first independent album, what could they call it but trendsetters, you see? So after that, you got Gutter for Life, you got, Keep It Gutter, you got, even, outside of all of these albums that was done at Cash Money. So after the years from 97 to now, they never stopped working.
Now everybody's talking about they running in that war shit, but they never seen the plan carrying out the kill shit. Brace yourself, protect yourself. I'ma take a gun and do that shit and all the time. From the Mac to the Milk to the Cali,
Throughout his journey, we wound up losing my mom, so she wasn't really here to see it take off to go where it went. So it was like, I guess, trials and tribulations along the way that really shaped him to be the man that he is today. So it's a lot that goes with UNLV. Tech is like a brother that we got like sent from heaven. That's our brother. It's just no friend, that's our brother, and that's just that. That's how that go. That's who he is. Yellow was just always around. Yellow and Yafet had been friends since like diapers. We literally like stayed around the corner from each other, and both of them, it was funny, they were into music. Like whatever my mama had Yafet doing, Yellow mama always kind of like steered him into doing like the same thing. So Yellow used to play the drums for the church. He played for the church choir. So they was always really like into music, and it was always to another level where people always really thought it was just always just this little gangster rap. But it was so much behind the scene and so much to another level. So what they wasn't really even understanding what really made UNLV like.
I was hospitalized because I lost my mom in '93 and I didn't take it very well. I didn't have a chance to grieve at the time, and when I did, it just came out wrong. Like 2 years later, I really got stressed and I needed a break.
But you know, you have what you would call setbacks, minor setbacks, major setbacks. That's in anybody life. Rappers are real people, man. Artists are real people. I hate to use the word rapper, but these artists, this is a big old genre, bro. Everybody have their own place in this music business. But the one thing that this music business ain't gonna take or ain't gonna stay long in the music business is a person that don't hustle.
Man, we need to run that UPT for life. Damn, nigga. Get to it with a nigga, gotta tow my gun.
You got to hustle. And we ain't talking about hustling. We talking about getting down and grinding hustle. You know, and that's what y'all doing now. And I'm proud of him, bro. And I've been, making sure not monitor his movements. And we do the same, bro, you know. And then, like, he a boss in his own right. Tech Nine, he's a boss in his own right, you know. And all these other guys, there are a lot of people that contribute to the music business down here in New Orleans. I'm not going to even, front on that. But the whole thing is, speaking of UNLV, they are marking this industry, man.
Yafet can really read music, and he really can play every instrument in a band. So he's really like musically inclined beyond writing 16 bars. So it got deep for him, and then we were so like again rooted in it to like our family just picked it up. And for my little sister, the Now Laters hooked her. She caught on to it through the Now Laters. So it was like the story UNLV. My uncle wound up later on becoming a manager and doing different things with him after they left Cash Money.
But it was a music conference. Tony Neal had a part where they wanted to find out who had the biggest club song ever in New Orleans. Along with you, Back That Ass Up, Drag From The River made #1, dude. Drag Them From The River was #1 club hit song, which everybody can go, and even if you a person that can do sound scan, you do the number. You look at the numbers. I wouldn't have to say it. You know how people always play with numbers. Look at the numbers.
You fake cheerleading, bitch. You want a nigga like me to beware, huh? I'ma show you some sports right now. You bitch, you. Take them braids out his head, Yellow. I'm a track.
We actually went to high school with Mystical, man. Mystical got out. We were sophomores. He was a senior. Okay. So he graduated, right? By this time, he come back home. We signed with Cash Money. We doing our thing. Blah, blah, blah. So he come home and he was like, man, I rap now. Check this out. So I rode it. It took me for a little ride. He had a little blue Eclipse. Took a ride around the corner, little Eclipse and shit. he put the track on I'm Not That Nigga. You remember that song? I'm Not That Nigga?
Yeah.
Just the track, dog. And when I tell you, this dude spit them verses on that song, and I really thought that was a record that I was hearing already. I was like, damn, this nigga tight, man. This nigga tight. So he was like, man, he said, you like that? I said, fucking right. He said, who you think I should fuck with out here? I said, man, if you want me to, I'll bring you the Cash Money with it, dog. I said, better yet, take B number and holler at him. Gave him B number. He came around there about 2 weeks later, and he said, man, I decided to sign with Big Boy, bro. And I was like, yeah? He said, yeah. He said, what you think about this? I'm on the block waiting for Tech to pull up, matter of fact. He said, what you think about me writing a diss song against y'all and y'all coming back at me or whatever? I was like, it's all good. Go ahead, do your thing. Not paying no attention. I'm like, go ahead, do your thing. I said, I'm going to let Tech and Yella know once they pull up. And, we go from there. Just so happened, he done this thing. He went with his move, but we didn't really, Tech and Yella didn't want to run a diss song right back at him because his shit wasn't really making no noise and it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have two, on both his albums before he got with Pete, he dissed us on both of those albums. So, but on the second one, he made some noise when he called Yella a coward. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was liking that shit, playing with Yella. We're like, all right.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think, oh, they was just jealous of you, so they was hating on your success. No, those weren't bothering me. What had happened was, I did Y'all Ain't Ready Yet in '94, and that was the time I was combating with Bounce itself. I was fighting with it. We were really fighting, and I was really frustrated because I didn't want to be known as just like everybody else. I wanted to stand out, and I wanted to be known as a true artist. That's what I want motherfuckers to remember about me. So, in Y'all Ain't Ready Yet, and in my frustration, I said a line. I said, three things I'ma never do. 1, never gonna change my style. 2, I'm never gonna bounce, and I'm never gonna bow. And I was referring to the song that they did, which was one of the big bounce hits, Do the Heady Bow, 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 and which was a song that I loved. But I wasn't really dissing them, but I guess I can see where they were coming from. But I was saying, that's not me. That's all I was saying.
So that's why you have 2 diss records on that one album from us against him.
Oh, okay. So
it was a big publicity stunt, and it was funny, dog. Don't mean to cut you off. It was funny, but the little dudes in our hood, they didn't know what's going on, so he'll pass through the hood, bumping and shit or whatever. Man, the dudes pitching rocks and shit at his truck, trying to hit him, with bottles and all kinds of shit. We were like, man, these little dudes, wow, man.
Next thing you know, don't. Ain't that cold, y'all? Mr. Cold, you a hoe. My friends would come and sing that shit to me. I used to actually play it, for real. It was jamming. And people used to come up to me and say, man, they bound like they dissing you, but that bitch roll. And know what I used to say? That bitch do roll, Brian. Like, for real, it was hot. It was a hot song, man. That shit was jamming. I can remember, because they were from Uptown also, like around Barone and all that, and I had relatives around there. I used to ride around there playing that song, jamming. They used to look at me. I'm talking about real UNLV. They used to look at me like, this motherfucker here crazy. Little kids used to throw rocks at my cars and all kind of shit. It wasn't no violent beef. It was a really on wax beef, but it was that was a fun rivalry. I can remember seeing Yellow, bless his soul. Like if I'm driving down the street and I see him, we actually stop our cars and get out and be like, what? Like, and I'm sure that had a lot to do with Bars in the Hood and Menace to Society. Those movies fucked us up, but that's what we were going through. Nothing ever came of it.
I started out as a rapper, but later on I became a CEO. I CEO'd 3 different record labels, which was Hard Times Records, Blazing South, and Be Real Entertainment.
We went on a trip to do a show in Cincinnati. We stepped off the airplane and ran into the Rock. And we started laughing. The Rock knew we'd drag him from the river. Oh, he wants some. The Rock knew what that song was, dude. We ran into Shaq in Dallas at a hoodie award. Over there at Skip Cheatham was the radio program. we went in the back and he introduced us to Shaq. Shaq said he came out on that song, man. A Q Dog. Oh, yeah, man, I know that. So, I mean, just to give, a few. Just talking about a few things that they accomplished. But that one thing is making hits. Is in the classic. People always say, classic is, oh, man, when you die or something. No. Classic, you can be what they are. Classics are for living people just like Lil Tech Nine, they're living legends.
Basically, they got the deal off our numbers.
Yeah. Okay,
they shot the deal on our numbers. Okay. I mean, you had the BG on the label. BG was doing numbers. Lil Slim was doing numbers. Miss T was doing numbers. Kilo G, Pimp Daddy. Everybody was doing the numbers, but nobody wasn't even coming close to ourselves, man. Because on the 4-1, that's what they got the deal. And we asked for what we wanted, and they was like, nah, we can't get y'all that kind of money, woo-de-woo. Our contract was getting ready to be up. We wanted our own label. It wasn't no beef or none of that going. We just felt like we didn't think we knew everything, but we thought we knew enough to start our own shit. Okay. And that was the big picture. That's what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? We wanted our own shit. Okay. And they was like, nah, we can't do that, dog. So contracts went this way and that way. Y'all got killed. So we got off the label. A year later, they put out another album on us, a greatest hits album. Okay. So all together it was like 5 albums that we had with Cash Money. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, damn, let's rethink this. We gotta get some more distribution. We wasn't ready to go fuck with the majors because we was eating, and we felt like we learned from Baby them, dog. Believe that. We learned from them niggas, man. You eating, you straight, and nothing you want for. Continue to eat, man. You ain't gotta go. When you get enough leverage, then you could get deals like they got. You know what I'm saying? And they only got that kind of leverage because of what they did. So we learned that method, and we was there. You know what I'm saying? Southwest closed. So we just went with another distributor. I think it was Selecto Hits. We went with Selecto Hits and another one in New Orleans called Gonzalez. And we ate from them, man. It's just been putting out albums. We had problems with record labels because every time we really tried to do something, we always had a partner with us instead of just me and Tech doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, business is business. I ain't cry about it, but it was all good through it all. Well, we kept getting in trouble. I mean, we really went on a hiatus because if Tech wasn't in trouble, I was in trouble. If I wasn't in trouble, Tech was in trouble. We couldn't really get it right. You know what I'm saying? So it took us, when he went to jail, for me to land and handle my business and create a solo album. I had a solo album called Another Bitch that was released in '99. And I've actually done half of my album in San Antonio, by a guy named Gregory D. I know y'all familiar with Gregory D. He's one of 4 pioneers of New Orleans. Okay. Well, he was like, yeah, man, I got this hookup out there in San Antonio. All you got to do is take that ride and stay out there for a minute. So I done 3 months out there, came back with a solid little album, you know what I'm saying? So I set us up. I went to getting our name back flying, after everybody said, what happened to UNLV? They ain't saying that shit no more. They like, girl, UNLV got a new album, this and all that kind of shit. So Tech came home in 2001, and we released Return of UNLV to Trendsetters, which was a damn good album. We sold a lot of units. We started our record label with my uncle. Uncle Hardy came back in the picture, and his partner named Pinky. 2004, we had an album called Keep It Gutter. And on that album was the song Go DJ. You remember that? Go DJ, that's my DJ. Yeah. Well, that was our song before Lil Wayne. Before y'all heard Lil Wayne with it, that was us. Thanks for the check, Weezy. Appreciate that. Oh, okay. But that was us. Don't you bring no weapons, knives or guns, go DJ. And right after that, before Wayne even used the song, the Go DJs became a Go DJ coalition. You never heard no Go DJs way back in the days. Now you got a Go DJ in every city, man. That's because of UNLV.
This is what he has right now and in the future, seeing him instilling his road in other rappers to come.
Once we left the label, whatever, we went to court because, you know, we didn't think everything was right or what was going on. So we went to court, find out everything wasn't right. We got what they owed us, and now we got the masters to all our shit from Cash Money. Because the business wasn't handled right, and I really felt broke, and my dream was always to have my own company. I didn't want to be an artist forever, so I felt it was the right time to just bounce when I did.
What would I have to say, you know, as a manager, as a family member, as a supporter of them, to try to boost them, but if other people say it, that means a lot, but that says it all. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta really take the good with the bad, but we're not even focusing on what would the bad be? The bad would be this, that they had the biggest hit in the world and nobody recognized it. What would the good be? They had the biggest hit, well, one of the biggest hits in the world, and people recognize it.
When it comes to this music industry, man, that's my first love. I started out with the group as sporty MC, turned it all the way around to UNLV movement, man. Everybody use that word trendsetters, and you hear them say trendsetters a lot. They set the tone for the gangster boss right here in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Along with the Jubilees and the different kind of guys that, you know, we could say T.T. Tucker, all these guys, they spearheaded this thing.
What's up, man? It's 6, man. You heard me. You know when I'm in the building, you hear that 6 code in. Look, brother, it's a beautiful day. You know, it's sunny, everybody feeling good, but it's beautiful for me because I'm just feeling honored right now to be able to talk about my brothers. You know, guys that I seen come up, you know what I'm saying? Guys that got me through situations that I may have been dealing with because I'm a product of my environment, you understand? And them dudes spoken, you know, they paved the way about the city, you feel what I'm saying? They paved the way for Louisiana. And what I'm talking about UNLV, the original Cash Money boys. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, y'all need to really do y'all research on that, research and homework, and understand how they started to build something that y'all ain't knew nothing about that made Cash Money what they is today.
Whoa, what's up? This Lil out Good Town. I'm here to support my people, Lil y'all, the group, UNLV. It's all real with them dudes. Them dudes, the ones who really started the music, the gangster music in New Orleans. And the first one that I know put the U on the map.
This your boy Shooter. You understand? With the legendary UNLV. You understand? We on the block, Drive Street. You know what I'm saying? I came up under these boys, you know, kicking it, learning, growing. You understand? Y'all's my big cousin.
I used to remember when LV started. I guess from when I was 3 years old with the sporty MCs. I'm actually his little sister, the 3-year-old rapper. They seem so he's on the floor. But yeah, that's me. I've been doing it from then to now. I guess it's not like a to-do, only when it's time with them.
Y'all them, UNLV, Tech 9, Lil Y'all, and Yellow Boy, they had a different style, you know what I'm saying? I like to use that word persona. They just brought that gangster flavor to it, man, you know? And it took off. You know, we was hitting that road, you know, a lot of people don't understand, they always want to look at the glamour part of it, but we was hitting that road, stuffed in the, you know, SUVs, all us 5, 6, 7 of us in one small little SUV, crowding up in hotels, grinding on that road. You know, it's a lot of glamour to it, but that grind what makes you appreciate this business, man, you know, and then learning the business.
And you gotta have an open mind when I say that, because we know they did a big body of work, Cash Money, but I'm saying something always had to have a beginning. And that's what UNLV was, man. UNLV was the heart, the soul, you know what I'm saying, everything we stood on in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And for these dudes to steady be going good right now to this day strong, I gotta salute them and I gotta be a part of that. I gotta be whatever they have going on. I gotta salute that because that's authentic, that's real. And you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't fake that.
UNLV, I would say my favorite, not just because it's my brother, But because gangsta music is more what I, contribute to, more what I feel, more what I relate to, more what my era is. Born and raised on Dry Street, I don't know nothing else but the gut, the grind, the street. So that's what I relate to.
He passed it down, told me the game. Yeah, I learned from the best. You know what I'm saying? They still bringing it down, you heard me? As you can see, I got a new album out. Thumbcock Entertainment be finished. You know what I'm saying? But I like to dedicate and praise my hand to y'all, Tech and Yellow. That made me the beast I am today. Cause it stayed on me, you know what I'm saying? Kicking it out and still kicking out and still going strong. 20-some years in the game, 8 albums, you understand? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of things that I appreciate Lil Ya, Tech 9, and these guys, bro, for learning the business. And able to not just for me to teach the business, but to help, to lead the way for them and be with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a group member. I'm a manager, but I'm also, like what you say, they caretaker. Make sure they go right, man. Make sure they make the right decision. Make them to help them to make the right decision. Sometimes y'all gotta teach me some things to do, So we're never too old to learn. When it's come to this business, the first thing you need to know, the hustle is what makes this business.
Mac, Melf, Calio, it's all real with them dudes. It's all official. They the ones who started that. You know what I'm saying? Man, ain't no group like them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Free Tech, rest in peace, Yellow Boy. They don't got no group like them. With them is all real, bro. You heard me? Now y'all like, he raised me, he gave me the game. You see what I'm saying? My album about to drop. Coming soon, the mixtape, Still Uptime.
Their success nowadays couldn't be more problem. As a little sister growing up watching them from then to now, it's the ultimate success. The ultimate. I mean, I just wish my parents could honestly be here to see it all and witness it all.
I remember going to the high school dances, and them boys coming through that thing, bandana it up, you heard me? Running that 6 and Barone. Man, them boy had that thing rocking, you know what I'm saying? Had that shit rocking. I'm talking about going to Sports View. So if y'all don't know about none of that, y'all was inside. But that's where all that started from. But they started painting a picture showing how you build something. You feel what I'm saying? You build something, you make that shit work. But then you put the city on it, and you make the motherfuckers ride behind your back.
They mad New Orleans what they are. A lot of people don't know that, you understand? They bumping up, pulling up on the set, bumping at you.
Ain't no more love out there, bro. Ain't no more love, see what them do, bro. The streets love them. You see what I'm saying? The streets love them. Whatever the fuck I love them.
That grind and that shine, if you don't grind, you ain't gonna shine. Like I said, my name is Uncle Hardy, the legendary, uptime, life.
You understand me? So that's what I respect about UNLV. Y'all my brother, man. Free Tech, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Yellow. You understand? But, everybody had their situation about what they went through with the cash money thing. Sometimes we outgrow our situation. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, we grow out, we start to grow distance in the business. And for whatever reason that happened for them, that's just that. But you still can't take away the plant, the seed that they had built for New Orleans culture, for Southern culture, you know what I'm saying? For them dudes to still be here today, you know what I'm saying? You can't knock them.
They're the truth, they're still the truth, gonna be the truth. You know what I'm saying? Me and that stamp day, legendary.
Lula Coach in the building, Black Bruce Wayne in the building, man. I'm out here right now on 4th and Drive. Legendary UNLV, man. Y'all easy, man. Y'all fat, man. You heard me? What's going on with it, baby? That's poppin', man. That's 2020, man. We see you back in the city, man. What's going on with it?
Well, y'all knew it was Mardi Gras time. Nigga came home from Mardi Gras, all the parade festivities and all that shit. Also came home and put the documentary I'm doing together, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. A few clips of this movie that we got in the video.
Right.
Everybody put it out, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully 2021 y'all get the movie.
2020.
3 months from now, see, 2000 Mardi Gras, y'all had a documentary.
2020 documentary, y'all fat, man. It's good to see you, man.
Original damn dada, me say boy.
It ain't over yet.
Original damn dada, me say boy.
Alright, y'all.
Return to UNLV, nigga.
Alright, y'all.
Trendsetter.
Alright, y'all.
Get at me.
Alright,
What?
Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all.
Trendsetter for your ass.
Bring them it down, boy, one time.
It ain't over, y'all.
I got some shit right. Alright. Said I'm not a juvenile RTT sucker, just a gangster ass nigga out that third motherfucker. Straight out the third, that's a New Orleans. So let me tell you what the fuck you in LV mean. Now the U is for uptown. And the N is for the niggas. And the L is how we livin'. And the B is for violent, fucking violent. Kicking it for them hoes who like to ride my dick. They say they want the hell dick, but me don't play that shit. Kicking it for them hoes who like to ride that dick. They said they want the hell fit, but I don't play that shit. Bitch, come and ride my dick like a bike, and I'ma buy you a fit for next Sunday night. Bitch, come and ride my dick like a bike, and I'ma buy you a fit for next Sunday night.
Realest bitches that we be pimpin'. These hoes uptown bitches be gaming on the nickel, but we digging them down. It's realest bitches that we be pimpin'. These hoes uptown bitches be gaming on the nickel, but we digging them down. Do the damn thing, girl, do the damn thing. Now do the damn thing, girl, do the damn thing. Now do the damn thing, girl, do the damn thing. Now do the damn thing, girl, do the damn thing. Yo, I ain't afraid to go, yeah, nowhere. Fuck the